the Raptor, doing Raptor things, a little dirt driving. And man, it is unbelievable that this thing is running and driving after a $20 relay. For those that missed my first video, I got this Raptor on trade, and after the trade, when you do the math, it came down to about $7,000 is what I paid for this 2012 Ford Raptor with a clean title, 159,000 miles. But I didn't know that it ran and drove. The seller told me that it quit running after he did some hardcore off-roading by the ocean on the beach, so I assumed it had been flooded, the motor may be ruined, who knows. He also said the transfer case was acting up. But this thing actually, after that $20 relay, drives perfectly. I'm so impressed. When it got here, we also discovered this Raptor has quite a history, and that history is with the Border Patrol. It explains why this truck is kind of a stripper and why it's so beat up looking. And that's because this truck spent 6 years of hard labor at our southern border, going off-road, keeping America safe. Now, if I were a smart man, I would take this truck right now as it sits, drive it right down to the auction and sell it and make a nice tidy profit. But because I get attached to things and I feel bad for this truck because it's so tired from its hard work of years of service on the southern border, I kind of want to fix it. I want to do this thing proud. So we're going to take it back to the car wizard, have him do his full assessment of this thing, everything head to toe, to see what's wrong with it. And based on this car's history, probably a lot. I can tell you one thing right off the bat that I noticed, and let me turn around so I can kind of show you, is this horrible popping noise when it's in four-wheel drive. So let's turn around here in this nice farm entryway. And now I will gun it in four-wheel drive with a turn. You can hear this. Ooh. Ooh. Can you hear that? Oh, it's a really bad popping noise. It's like something's banging under there, or maybe the chain with the transfer case is jumping teeth. And I better not do that too many times before I get myself stranded. Put it back in two-wheel drive. Let's get to the wizard. Wizard! Hey, Wizard.
Where have you been with this thing?
Well, I did a little shakedown cruise, and remarkably, it's actually pretty good. There's no warning lights other than the airbag light, and that's probably because of the seats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no check engine light, no traction control, no nothing, and that's just because it's a good old American pickup truck and not some German pile of junk that I normally like.
It's actually quite amazing considering the backstory of this truck.
Yes, and speaking of which, I got an email from a viewer who was in the Border Patrol, and he told me quite a story here. Let me get to it. So what I can tell you about your Raptor is that it's been put through its paces. Yeah, no kidding.
Definitely.
Any truck that spent time in the Border Patrol has what most people would call lots of character. You mentioned all the desert pinstriping, and you also showed photos of water fording and a bed full of dope. That was just another day in the office. Wow. I can guarantee that this truck has been in countless vehicle pursuits, on-road and off, jumped and maxed out to the top speed, probably on a weekly basis. Usually these trucks would only rest for about 12 hours in between shifts and then hit the road again for more action. Now he also said in here, look in the cab to see if there's a kill switch, because they wanted to kill the lights completely, and then they would drive with night vision goggles so they could sneak up on people.
So kind of like in the military, blackout drive.
Right, like the Humvee. So if you find one of those, this weird switch that kills the lights, that's what it was. I really have no idea what could possibly be wrong with this thing other than the transfer case, which the seller did tell me about. And when you put it in four-wheel drive and floor it, it does make some pretty bad noises.
Like chain noises?
Yeah, and you can hear it a little bit when you're driving just normally. So
that doesn't surprise me with what it's been through.
Right. I'm fortunate that J&J Auto Wrecking, the one who sent me parts for my Hummer and so many other vehicles, he's sending me a transfer case, so you don't have to price me out one of those.
Okay.
Just the install.
Yeah.
And he's also sending the rear doors, because the doors don't open, the latches, the latch mechanism, so you can fix that. So just the labor to fix that, I don't need the latches.
He's giving you the hookup again.
J&J has always hooked me up, so
awesome.
That'll save me a few $100s, which I'm sure you'll use once we see what else is wrong with this thing. What 150,000 miles and 6 years with the Border Patrol has done to this poor Ford Raptor. Other than the obvious, all the hickeys and the tattoos this thing has.
Right. Oh, wow. Who knows what the stories of this thing is?
Oh, who knows, yeah.
Let's get it on the lift and check it out.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely jumped higher than this at one point in its life. And then look at this. Ram something too. This bull bar is pretty thick, so would have had to hit something pretty hard square right there.
Maybe another vehicle?
Who knows?
Ready for some Border Patrol action?
Yes.
It's pretty muddy, but I think that's from your previous owner.
Yeah, the guy who owned it briefly went sand buggying, which is what all this is. Nice, clean Florida sand.
Florida sand.
Florida sounds nice right now. You got it everywhere.
You can see all the wiring where they had like sirens and lights. And
sure enough. And its skid plate is in the back.
Yeah, it's in the back.
You can put that back on easily enough.
There's the 6.2 motor.
Plenty of room to work around there.
Yeah, it's pretty dry, considering where it came from.
Right. Look at these beefy shocks here.
They're Fox shocks.
What makes the Raptor a Raptor, huh?
Fox Racing. Well, I'm going to get my notepad. This is going to be fun.
What are you doing? Wizard.
There we go.
It's a Ford. It's not going to have...
Oh, yes.
It's a Ford. It's not going to be that bad. And judging from what I see so far...
I'm trying to get that Sunseeker yacht.
Yeah, it's not going to happen with this one. Look how dry it is. Other than being caked with sand, this thing's pretty impeccable.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Look at that transmission, or that differential mount right there. Watch it. You see up in this crack right here?
Which crack? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
The differential. The diff mount.
Well, would that be my thumping noise?
Probably when you put it in the gear and it goes...
So my transfer case may be fine?
Well, if it's making those noises you talked about, like... Maybe all it is. I'll have to drive it myself and see.
All right.
So that's that. There's all kind of chunks missing out of the tires.
Yeah.
Definitely seen some action.
Not the best brand, so probably some new rubber. But being in Texas pretty much all of its life, it's...
The brake pads are actually decent on this vehicle.
This is amazing.
This is better condition than some of the Hoovies you buy that have been maintained and taken care
of. We're both not Ford guys, but built Ford tough, huh?
I suppose so in this case.
Well, clearly there's something missing here.
Yeah, there's the spare tire. I'll write that down.
All right. See, you don't even need your list.
Trailer wiring all
destroyed.
Up. Here's your light for your...
Oh.
We just need the cap. So
needs the cap for it?
License cap, brake light cap.
Well, this is really impressive.
Very impressive.
You didn't need your long notebook, did you?
I didn't. I only needed one page.
Wow.
I just thought I'd fill that thing up.
Right. Well, we can put the truck on the ground, I guess, and drive around your parking lot in four-wheel drive. You can see if you think it's that or, you know.
I'll know if it's a transfer case, if the chain's jumping or something's wrong.
Right. It felt, now that I think about it, that's sort of what it felt like. A really hard...
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Well, we'll see. I may have really lucked out on this thing. This may be... This may be the cheapest Raptor totally sorted in the world. This is crazy.
Rods are bad. I don't doubt it on a car like this.
Yeah. Okay, well, he did find something. Inner tie rods, but... Oh! We got this thing off the lift, and we're about to take it for a drive. We can see if it's the transfer case or just that mount, which would be nice, but kind of got a riddle here. Wizard and I have been around a lot of farm trucks, and we've never seen a mount like this before.
What in the world would they mount on a threaded... Surely it's not a machine gun mount.
A machine gun mount? I don't think so. What would this have been? And hopefully there's some Border Patrol people watching that can tell us what would have sat on this back in the day. I'm sure it was something interesting. Let's go for a ride. You can drive.
Okay.
Well, this thing looks like it should be a complete disaster, but it's not. It's just the body and
It's
the
amazing.
interior. It's uglier than the homemade soup, but it's good. Four-wheel drivey. Yes, turn the knob.
Pull.
4 shift in progress. Says 4 high. Yes. All good. Yeah, you kind of have to get on it. There it was. There it was.
Yeah, that's probably transfer case.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, that was a chain pop.
I see.
I'll do it again.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, that's not that little mount.
No?
That's a transfer case.
Okay. So I do need the transfer case. At least J&J can send me one for free. All right, so it has some work to do, some work. But overall, not bad.
No, considering where it's been. But, you know, the reason it's been so well maintained, I think, is because it's had government financial backing in its maintenance.
Right, just a totally open checkbook when it
Yeah.
comes to keeping things up, unlike most owners that...
I experienced that in the Army. This broke, well, we'll order another one.
Right. Whereas most of us would see an old beat-up truck and we quit throwing money at it, but these... It's not their money, so they just
didn't
spend it,
matter.
right?
Yeah, order another engine, no problem.
Wow. Fantastic. Well, I don't have an open checkbook, but you definitely figure up a bill like I do. But don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Back into the office,
Let's go.
where Wizard will shop online and then eventually figure out his bill.
That's right.
I only hear you making these noises when you're looking at Rolls Royces, which...
Oh, that's like
That-
a Rolls Royce.
A Cessna Citation 10?
Yeah. The price has even been reduced.
Price?
$5.9 million.
It's almost $6 million.
I actually used to put these together
Really?
3-4 years at Cessna.
So the Cessna Citation 10 has the Wizard's touch on them.
It does.
Probably hundreds of
On
them,
the
right?
trailing edge of all the wings.
Wow, now that's an incentive to buy a Citation 10. Nice. Yeah, they build those here in Kansas, here in Wichita. It employs a lot of people, including my wife, actually. But what you got on the Raptor?
Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to afford a Citation. My list was not as long as I thought it
No,
was.
you didn't need all of those. It was a short list.
But it's not
And it's a
as cheap
Ford.
as we thought it would be.
Oh, surely. It's a Ford, and there's like 2 things wrong with it, and the big part, that transfer case, I'm getting for free. So how bad could it possibly be?
Let's see. The differential mounts, which there's 3 of them at
Yeah.
125 apiece,
Wait, times 3?
times 3.
Okay.
And then you got the labor, 375. It's 925 to get those replaced. We have to pull the whole thing down to press those out.
Wow. So $1,000 right off the bat, that really kills all of my enthusiasm right there.
I found a spare tire and a wheel. That would have been just a normal size standard tire with that. $400 installed.
Jeez, okay. How much of that's labor?
375. was
Oh,
the
okay.
tire. I'm just gonna
Expensive.
$25
Yes,
on
expensive. Great.
a set of tires is going to be $800. Those tires are just really whipped pretty bad.
They are beat and chewed and nasty, but that's kind of elective. They do ride smooth, so, but yes, they do. It needs it.
The license plate lights, I can just put a couple of LED ones in there, $20.
That's more like it.
Yeah,
More of those.
That's Ford pricing.
More of those. $20. Okay.
Inner tie rod ends, parts and labor, $275 for that.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Not awful.
A windshield, $300 installed.
Yeah. Can't get
An
pulled
oil
over for
change
that.
With synthetic oil, it's going to be about $100.
Lovely.
$100 for an oil change.
Mm-hmm.
And the labor on the transfer case, you're getting it for free. Now,
Yes.
the transfer
Thank
case.
you, J&J Auto Wrecking. Link below. Buy some stuff from them so they keep giving me free stuff. Yes.
And the labor and the fluids and everything, so I'm putting new fluids in it, $500 or $600. That'll get your transfer case removed and installed, and the fluids.
Oh. Okay. That's a lot more work than I thought, I guess.
We're at $3,500.
Oh. Oh.
So let me pull up my citation again.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that might fuel 30 minutes of flight on your citation. Probably wouldn't pay for the pilot, but... Oh. That's a lot.
$3,500.
Oh, no. Well, it's still the cheapest Raptor even after I fix everything.
It'll be sorted if you get everything fixed on you.
Totally sorted, it would just look hideous.
It does.
But I do have someone who wants to make it look less hideous. He wants to restore it for me with the buffer or whatever.
Detail it?
Yes.
It's going to detail a Border Patrol vehicle?
Deep detail.
Oh,
and
wow.
then maybe we'll be putting some stripes back on it. It's not going to say Border Patrol, but it's going to say something, you know, it's going to be a tribute to a Border Patrol vehicle.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it from you. The seats are in.
Yes.
Oh, you forgot the wiring on the seat. I'm getting that for free now because you forgot it.
For free.
Ha. How much was that? Like $200?
Probably.
Got $200 off right there. So the seats are in a weird position. Thank you for forgetting that. The seats are in a weird position, but you can still detail it, put it all back together, make it look pretty, and then we can tackle the repairs, which is kind of the opposite. Normally you'd want to fix something first before making it look pretty, but I can't wait. So stay tuned for more Raptorness.
Raptor.
Border Patrol Raptor.
What about a Border Patrol citation?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Thank you for watching. Actually, I'm not quite done talking yet. I wanted to let you all know that tonight at 10 p.m., 9 Central, I'll be appearing on Jay Leno's Garage. I filmed this segment earlier this year where he blindfolded me and had me guess what cars I was riding in. And it was a really amazing experience. And that finally is making it to air tonight on CNBC, Jay Leno's Garage, 10 p.m., 9 Central. If you can, take a look. I'm really done now. Now the music can play. Do 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 do. Ba-da-boo, ba-ba-ba-da-boo-boo-boo-doo.